This is the story of 50 Shades of Grey. Once upon a time, there was a girl named Anna who lived in a faraway kingdom called Vancouver. Anna was a lovely and beautiful girl. In fact, one could say that her only fault was that she was a bit naive. For example, when she went to the Harriet Tubman Museum, she was terribly disappointed that they didn't show her the tunnels for the trains. She also prided herself on the fact that although she detested seafood, she loved Rocky Mountain oysters. And she thought that her namesake character in 50 Shades of Grey was a strong female protagonist who spoke for a new generation of sex-positive women. And so, Anna set out to find her own Christian Grey, because how hard could that be, right? All you have to do is find a guy, drop a few subtle hints, and you'll be tied to a St. Andrew's cross being flogged for all you're worth in no time, right? Anna met the first guy, George, on Tinder. He looked like Chris Evans from Captain America, so when he asked her to come to his place and watch a movie or something, she was totally down. The movie that he chose was Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. The fact that he chose this movie out of all the Indiana Jones movies should have been a red flag, but she thought, hey, at least he didn't choose Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. When it got to the part with the guy in the cage waiting to get his heart ripped out, Anna decided to make her move. "That looks pretty hot," she said. "Yeah, I mean that lava's like 10,000 degrees or something, so it would probably like totally melt his face off," responded George. "No, I mean the cage. Being locked in a cage might, be hot or something." "Well, I have a dog kennel," said George. So Anna crawled into the dog kennel, but the smell of dog and the film of dry dog drool on the cage didn't exactly turn her on. And George just stared at her the way you might stare at those photos of gross people shopping at Walmart that you see online. "So now what?" asked George. "Ugh," said Anna, "you totally ruined this for me, you weirdo." And with that, Anna stormed out. She needed to find someone new, someone older, more experienced. Someone like her lip professor, Professor Gollycocken. He was so hot and sensitive and smart in a Johnny Depp-like way. One day, Anna went to see Professor Gollycocken during office hours. She wanted to discuss the C- she got in a paper about the social disadvantages of being a child of a single parent, which she thought was the primary theme of To Kill a Mockingbird. "I may not be as smart as a whip, but I really need an A, otherwise it will torture me for the rest of the semester," she said. "I'm sorry," replied Gollycocken knowingly. "My hands are tied." As soon as the door closed to Gollycocken's apartment, the two couldn't keep their hands off each other. But then things took an unexpected turn. The professor took off all his clothes and locked himself in a pair of handcuffs that were attached to the wall. "Make fun of my micro-penis! Make fun of it! Tell me it looks like a fat Keebler elf!" This definitely wasn't what Anna had in mind. As she ran for the door, Gollycocken called to her, "It disgusts you, doesn't it? It disgusts Mr. Elf, too." Fed up with all this nonsense, Anna put up an ad in the casual encounter section of Craigslist and settled for a guy who emotionally abused her and gave her an eating disorder. Come back next time, and I'll tell you about the rapper who only revealed he had severe Tourette's after his long, successful career.
Once upon a time in Russia, there lived a young, beautiful girl named Anastasia. Anastasia was the daughter of Tsar Nicholas II.